High-level delegations from Turkey, Jordan, Syria and Iraq will meet in Amman for a first security meeting of its kind this Sunday. The four countries say they aim to take steps towards jointly fighting the Islamic State group in the region, as well as discuss regional developments. It comes as Western and regional countries have warned of a possible resurgence of Islamic State since the ouster of former Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. Well, let's get some more details on that with Andrew Hilliar from our International Affairs Desk. Hi, Andy. So break down for us some of the security challenges facing Syria.
Yeah, Syria, of course, a key topic at this conference. Just some of the security challenges facing Syria right now. You're going to see them on your screen in a moment. But in the northwest, of course, as we just saw there's that surge in violence. Hundreds of Alawites killed by security forces since Thursday after clashes erupted between government forces and armed groups loyal to the former regime. Now, that spooked a lot of minority groups across Syria who are now questioning the new government's ability to defend them. In Syria's northeast, there's also the question of the Kurds. Remember that over the years, the Kurds have carved out a semi-autonomous region in northeastern Syria. This is a region that's effectively beyond the control of the Damascus government, and so the central government in Damascus wants the Syrian Democratic Forces to disarm and merge into a national military force. Now, the Kurds have been reluctant to do that so far because they worry that doing that could jeopardize the autonomy of the Kurds. And adding another layer of complexity to this issue is the fact that Turkey opposes any autonomy for Syria's Kurds. For Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the Turkish president, Syria's Kurds are no different to the PKK. That's the group that has been waging a war of insurgency in Turkey's southeast. For Syria's neighbours, however, and this is what they will be talking about at this conference too, if Kurdish forces in Syria are merged into the national army, well, they fear that that could allow Islamic State group terrorists to regroup, and that's because Kurdish forces are guarding more than 20 prisons in northeastern Syria, which are holding Islamic State group terrorists. So the Kurds are under a lot of pressure here. Do they, on the one hand, either hold out for more autonomy like the Kurds in Iraq have done, or do they accept the new Syrian government and fold their forces into a national army in return for some kind of guarantee of long-term security?
And so what about the situation in the south where the Israeli army has encroached on some Syrian towns and villages?
Yeah, the Israeli forces have effectively embarked on an aggressive military campaign in southern Syria since the fall of Bashar al-Assad last December. They've seized the demilitarized buffer zone adjacent to the Golan Heights, and you'll be able to see that hopefully on a map soon. They have encroached on Syrian towns and villages. You can see on this map here. So Syrian forces are now occupying that demilitarized zone next to the Golan Heights. And this would really be it would appear to be part of an Israeli strategy to harden their borders. So locals in Syrian towns and villages have reportedly grown used to seeing Israeli soldiers and tanks on the streets. We've heard reports of Israeli forces handing out aid parcels to local residents, even apparently offering agricultural jobs in Israel to local residents. Now, that would appear to be a tempting offer in the context of the economic hardship that has been created by years of war in Syria. In the wider region, you can see that too. I've been speaking to an NGO, the Danish Refugee Council, which has been working in Daraa, which is a city not too far from the Golan Heights. And in their recent assessment, they said that 60% of residents couldn't afford food. In some communities, water is only available for 6 hours every 6 days. So that just gives you an idea of the massive challenges, not only in terms of security, but also in terms of reconstruction.
All right. Thank you very much for that analysis, Andy.